Well, hello, my friends, and welcome to the Live Inspired Podcast Monday Morning Moments with John O'Leary. We record these each week so that you and I can begin our days and these weeks in awe and on fire with a burst of inspiration. And this one's going to begin with a quote that I heard last week, and here it comes. My name is James. And with that statement, the man in front of me smiled warmly, extended his hand, and shook mine firmly. And then from this seemingly ordinary introduction, launched a conversation with an amazing man who clearly lives in joy and radiates love. And hearing his story, though, it was impossible not to be moved profoundly by his journey and the desire to do more through life. Let me tell you more about it. Growing up in East St. Louis, James was raised in a community that struggled economically, certainly, but also in a home that enveloped him in love. His father was a respected pastor, and his mother strived tirelessly to raise her children well. Through their guidance, James graduated near the very top of his class in high school and received a college scholarship. And yet, and we all know this one, in life, a few decisions can change the entire trajectory of our lives. At college, James got in with the wrong crowd, began making some bad decisions, and each mistake compounded upon the previous one. By his early 20s, he had dropped out of college, was addicted to alcohol and drugs, was living on the streets, was sleeping under bridges, and was eating out of trash cans. His life was over. Until at his lowest point, cut off from the world and feeling utterly weighed down by it, he looked up to the sky and he cried out, God, if I'm going to stop, you're going to need to help me. And it was the beginning of transformation. He was shortly thereafter introduced to the Salvation Army. They did not make the journey forward easy, but they let him know that there was hope and that he would not be on his own anymore. Decades after that desperate moment that James looked up at the sky and cried out for help, I met him at the Salvation Army Tree of Light celebration in St. Louis. He is now, decades later, sober, and he's actively serving with an organization that offered him hope in a time of desperation. While speaking about what he wants to do with the experiences he's had in the past and the life he has ahead of him, James said, all I want to do for the rest of my life is stand in the gap for those who are hopeless, homeless, on drugs, addicted, and alone. He went on to say, I want them to know there is freedom, that there is hope, that the Salvation Army doesn't just house and feed people, they actually save lives. And then he said, I am a life saved. And he said it again, I am a life saved. And I am so grateful. My friends, my family and I are honored to serve as the chairs for this year's Red Kettle campaign for the Salvation Army here in St. Louis. Around the United States and around the world, the Salvation Army does more than just offer food and housing and job training and disaster aid. Through its work, the Salvation Army is a beacon of hope, offering a hand up to those in need and a place of refuge for the brokenhearted. They touch lives in profound and in lasting ways, bringing light to the darkest corners of our communities. This holiday season, when you hear the bell ringing as you race in and out of stores, remember the story of my friend James. And be reminded that through our seemingly small investments into others, we have the opportunity to change the world and save a life. I sound a little too dramatic? You don't believe me? All right, fine. Just ask James. My friends, I want to thank you for being part of our community. I want to thank you for ringing the bell of hope with us. And I want to remind you of something that sometimes from time to time you and I might forget. Here it comes. The foundation is firm. The headwinds we face may be real, but the best is yet to come. So for this time and until next time, my name is John O'Leary, and today is your day. What a gift. Live inspired.